Hey guys, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 18 chat.
Is episode 35, and the HOH competition was in progress. Speak
It's
much?
that
No.
good old chicken coop comp. So you gotta maneuver your eggs through the chicken wire. This one was tough though, because it wasn't just like bring it from point A to point B. It was like get it to this spot. Then you have to freaking launch it on this ramp.
A lot of moving pieces here, plus the addition of the Eagles, which was everything.
They were amazing.
78 minutes before the live show.
It's time to go back in time.
A truth bomb got dropped on James and Natalie.
Well, they didn't ask Nicole like all week what was going to happen with the votes. They just assumed that Michelle was staying. Don't assume, guys. You know what happens.
So Michelle's all like, "Oh my god, you guys gotta keep me. I'm a super fan."
Well, freaking Corey sold Nicole out. He was like, I'm down for whatever, doggy, but like, I don't know, you gotta talk to
do
Nicole.
what Nicole says.
Yeah, I'm sticking by my girl.
Yeah.
So then Michelle was like, you have to keep me. You're gonna keep two strong guys over me? And Nicole's like, yeah, that's like my dream. Nicole wants to be with all the guys, duh.
No, she totally like then called Corey back into the room and was like,
She's like, get your ass in here.
"What the F did you just
Get your
tell her?
ASS in here.
This is our thing, not just me.
Yeah, and
I'm
Corey
not
was
the
like,
bad guy."
Yeah. This is like mutual decision.
All right, well, back to the HOH.
I think that was totally the extent of Michelle's campaigning too. Just that little bit.
Yeah.
That was really lame on her part. Back to the competition.
It was really hard to knock down those letters.
Yeah.
Almost as hard as it is for me to speak tonight.
I mean, she said peanut butter.
said
She's like a
peanut
talking
butter.
horse. Like, so you get your egg all the way to the end, and
then you freaking blow it. You'd miss out on a letter.
that sucks. You
Or
could
you
tell.
hit the box with the letter on it, but the letter doesn't fall down.
Yeah, sometimes they would hit the letter and nothing would happen. You could tell they were getting very frustrated.
Yeah. And Corey was really selfish.
He's like, I'm not being a have-not again.
So he went right for
No
the have
way.
not. He went right for the have container.
And Nicole was just like,
that's a stupid move.
yeah, she was not happy about that. Because in Big Brother, like, you never know if you're going to be safe or not. And that's cocky.
Corey.
So she wasn't happy about that.
Even though he went for the have box, he was still the first one who got two
He
letters
was in the
knocked
lead
down.
for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody else pretty much caught up. They were all tied with 2 letters, except for James, who had none.
He really sucked at this.
He really sucked.
He has really tiny sausage fingers, and that makes it difficult.
He was just blowing it. He was blowing it.
Well, James, no.
Eventually, he got 1 letter.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yay. And Natalie's like, Jamesy, good job. But you know, on the inside, she was like, I'm going to ever kill you.
Yeah. All right. Well, Victor ended up winning the HOH.
That's the 3rd HOH win for somebody who has already been evicted twice.
Plus, he had two battle back wins.
That's crazy. I'm just saying, like, he was gone for 2 weeks. And he's still won HOH 3 times. That's crazy.
Paul celebrating, yelling at the chicken was everything. You lay eggs! What's going on with that?
But we didn't even get to see the best part. When he ran up to one, he was like to everybody, hey, you guys want to see my C? Or like, check out my C. Anyway,
Oh yeah, we didn't see
it on
that.
the show. But
All right.
yeah, Victor runs in the house. He's celebrating by himself in the have-not room. He's like, yeah.
He's talking to himself in the
Ow, I
mirror.
think I just popped something in my
Oh
neck.
no, I hope you're not gonna have a stroke now. Then they had a Final Four celebration after everybody else came into the have-not room.
Everyone except for Natalie and James.
Yeah. Actually, first it was the bros, and
Yeah.
then Nicole came in, and then the others did.
I thought that Victor was going to break Nicole's back when he picked her up like that.
Yeah.
That was an aggressive lift.
It was.
You gotta be a little gentler.
All right, so James and Natalie are pretty worried, and with good cause. They're going up on the block.
Yeah. They're like, we effed up. Well, actually, Natalie's
They're
like,
out of the alliance.
You effed up because I told you we should have gotten rid of Corey that week instead of Victor.
It's true.
And James is like, yeah, I will take the fall for it.
Hey, no use crying over spilled Sammys now.
Alright. Well, you know what is worth crying over?
Pablo's gone.
You know they're really struggling for some content right now. On her way out, Michelle decided that she was going to steal Pablo.
So they made a whole thing out of it. She was being a big bitch for evicting Pablo. They even turned him gray.
Paul had a goodbye message. If you guys forgot, Pablo is that inflatable pelican.
Yeah.
That Paul was always wearing.
Was it even a pelican?
I don't know.
Or was it a duck? Did they
thought it
just
was
call it a
pelican.
pelican? Well, Paul and Victor were the Sitting Ducks Alliance.
Yeah,
so.
again, this is something that happened weeks ago, but I think they were kind of like, you know what, these two, we don't know how long they're going to be around, so maybe we just won't put this in the show.
Well, here's some more fluff for you. Little Nicole went to a very tiny school.
This didn't even happen this week.
There was 64 people in her class.
That's insane.
I guess like her grade.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying some of the grades only had 1 or 2 kids.
Yeah, so Corey, Paul, and Victor were having a good time, making some jokes about it. They just kept going on and on and on.
Corey's like, yeah, what happens if you're just sitting alone on that tater tot thing? You know, which made me think,
Do you know what a tater tot is?
if he wasn't thinking with his dick the whole season, he probably wouldn't have gotten this far.
Whoa! Whoa. Whoa. So they talked about reunion, the yearbook,
Yeah.
all sorts of fun things. Okay, moving on. Back to the game.
Natalie says she never should have trusted James.
Oh, that hurts.
But she'll still win the veto and use it on him.
She's saying that she's going to use the veto on James. James is saying he's going to use it on her.
There's a lot of pollen in the air tonight.
Yes, there is. What are you looking for?
A tissue.
Okay, we need to finish this.
Corey's a sleep talker.
Well, wait. I just have to mention, how funny was it when James was like, well, it's time to start playing Big Brother. Just now?
Yeah.
There are 6 people left. Are you, like, this one line sums up James's whole game this
I
season.
feel like using James's gut to wipe my nose.
We might need that again. Don't get
know.
that dirty.
Corey is a sleep talker.
Okay,
Harry Potter? Harry Potter? Oh, it's unbelievable, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter world? Okay, that was definitely a time waster, but I'm not even mad about it.
That was
worth
probably
it.
one of my most favorite not on the show clips of the season.
Not on the show, on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
All right. So, James and Natalie, another time
Little pillow
waster.
talk from separate beds.
I dated every kind of guy, James, except Asian. You're my first
I've
Asian.
dated black guys and white guys and Spanish guys.
It's like the Oscar Mayer commercial. Black guys, white guys, everyone except Asians. They all like Oscar Mayer.
All right.
They all like Natalie.
James was.
Cat scuffle.
James was like, "Am I on your bucket list?" I guess so.
Yeah, Jamesy.
Okay.
All right, so James tells Victor and Paul that he had a Final Four alliance with Natalie and Nicole and Corey.
Right. I mean, it's time for James to start playing the game. So he's trying to see if he can at least keep Natalie off the block this week.
But it's not Natalie's fault.
He's saying like, yeah, we had to deal with them, but Natalie wanted you to stay the whole time, Victor. It was not her fault. Like, don't take it out on her. And Victor's like, you weren't loyal to me. Like, when did you guys make this deal? Oh,
Freaking voted me out.
it was friggin' after Paulie left, which means you used me while I was HOH, and then you just kissed me goodbye.
Threw me away. Didn't even kiss him. All right, so Nicole and Corey show up for some damage control. They sense something's going on up in the HOH.
They knew James was up there, and Nicole was like, Corey, we have to get up there.
So then James leaves, and she's like, did they tell you we were in a Final Four together?
Well, Paul is like, yeah, so they said you guys had a Final Four. What's that all about? And Nicole was just like,
No.
no, it wasn't real.
How could
It
you
wasn't
do
a real
that?
deal.
You got caught red-handed, stupid. You don't deny it. You look like an idiot.
They wouldn't have cared if you owned up to it.
Especially when you're so horrible at it. You're just like,
Yeah. But anyway, Paul and Victor was like, who freaking cares? Like, if it's true or not. You proved your loyalty to us last week. We're going to return the favor.
$5,000.
Right.
All right, so it's time for the nominations. And sure enough, it's James and Natalie.
Duh.
James, you voted me out. You boned me.
He made it very clear that James is the target.
And
he told Natalie, you're a sweet girl. You're the pawn. Win that power veto.
And I liked you at the beginning of the season. But
and then
I
broke
didn't
up
like
with you. And then it was
we
weird.
Didn't see it on the
and then you voted me out. And then it was...
Yeah. He didn't say that, but it was all implied. So that's the end of this episode. It was pretty... Let us know what you thought in the comments. And until next time,
much love.
Edit.